guys, how are you? I wanted to make a quick, short, simple little vlog today. So I'm just going to be reading through some of my questions that I have on Telenet, and I'll be just answering questions off of that. So let's jump right into it. Why not, right? Okay, so let me pull up my trusty handy dandy tell app here, and I'm just gonna scroll through the app and just randomly pick any questions because I've got a load of questions here waiting to be answered. And let's see, um you ever dealt with fake friends? What happened? Oh, that's a good one. So I've talked about this many times. Yeah, I feel like almost everybody has dealt with um, a situation that they had, of course. So, yes, I have dealt with many fake people, unfortunately. A lot of narcissists, and whatnot. So, what happens specifically? I don't know. There's just too many to choose from, and I'm not really about going on like a little storytelling mode right now. But if I had to pick one random one, okay, let me just there's like so many, and I don't wanna pick a super long one, and the main ones that pop into my head are really long ones. So fake friend, just overall people pretending to be your friend to your face and talking shit behind your back. I think that's just pretty typical that a lot of people deal with, right? I don't see the point of being friends with somebody if you don't like them. Just maybe don't. I don't know. um, yeah, I guess some people are just passive aggressive like that or whatnot. They don't have the guts really or in them to, I don't know, I don't know, man. You get I'm so bad at explaining things sometimes, mind me. I do know, I just don't know how to explain it, okay? um Again, I'm not even in the mood right now to go into full storytelling kind of mode, so let me just, I guess, scroll forth. Let's see. Next question. I wonder how tall you are. I'm 5'6". Um, let's go on. You prefer flirting than committing? Not necessarily. No, I do like to take my time to commit, so I don't mind like flirting around a bit before committing, but um do I want to commit eventually with a person I like, obviously. I just like to take my time. So I like to observe. I like to reflect. I like to pay attention and just analyze the person before getting into it with them. So there's a ton of things a person can look at, right? How they react to things, how a person um, just in the process of getting to know them, you pay attention to even just their conflict resolution styles, right? Like that's a very important one. I always say right off the bat is it's very crucial to know the person's conflict resolution style, especially. And I always like to pay attention to little slip tells to see if a person is truly fake, because time is your best essence at that point. Um, I've learned that people will put on masks like no tomorrow. And your best bet with finding out the honest truth is just giving it time and observing things, because even the best sociopath, psychopath, narcissist, whatever, they'll have their mask slip and fall eventually. And as long as you know how to tell the little telltale signs, then you can see it. And it doesn't help, I'm not gonna lie, it does not help if you're one of those people who looks at the better of things and you just kind of brush those little telltale signs aside. Because believe me, I used to be like that. I used to just look at the better best of people, and it definitely did not get me very far in places. So yeah, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to understand people. I think understanding people is completely different and separate from just oh, I just dropped my phone there. Um, what I was trying to say is, I think understanding someone is completely different from what is it? Looking past all their poor behaviors, right? You can understand where they're coming from. That does not mean you completely brush off what they're doing or what they've done. I always like to say, just take it with a grain of salt, right? Because you never know. And you want to kind of keep that tallied up for the future, right? You want to keep that tallied up for the future in your minds. I mean, at least I do, because yeah, you never know. You never know how the person's gonna turn out. I've gone through way far too much to waste my time like that again. Let me just give you that much. And I am definitely not settling anymore for nothing. So, um, yeah. Okay, let's look at more questions. I'm gonna answer maybe just like a couple more. I'm really not in the mood for going into full detail mode tonight. I am in such a lazy talk mode right now. Let's see. Who did you usually play soccer with when you were a kid? Friends, local neighborhood kids, my dad's friends, kids. We used to hang out and game together, play sports together, the neighbors, and yeah, neighborhood kids and whatnot. So let's see what else here. Did you grow up here or somewhere else? Born and raised in Canada. Let's see, next. Do you play COD? No. I would. I don't have the time to play a lot of stuff. In my main games I do like to play, I am more of an Apex person. So when I do play, I play that, or I play some type of a horror game that I'm really into because I love spooky things a lot. Let's see. You ever said sorry when you didn't mean it? Okay, so this one's difficult because I feel like at the time I did mean it, but now looking back at it, I'm thinking to myself, why did I even apologize? I think to myself a lot of the times, why did I even apologize? I did not need to apologize. I've apologized for other people abusing me. And I let them gaslight me into believing that I was the issue, that my reactions were the problem to their abuse, that my hurt and my pain was the problem to their abuse. And so that, because I had low self-esteem and whatnot, it drove me to do that kind of stuff, just apologize when it wasn't needed. And overall, I was in bad situations and I did not see it in a way that it was a bad situation. I didn't even see those people as they were bad people at the time, that they were doing bad things to me. I didn't see it like that. I just, that's what low confidence and low self-esteem does to you. And sometimes these people make it even worse because they manipulate you and they break you down. So they take an already low confident person or somebody who may be younger, less experienced with life and more naive, and they break them down more, right? I like to call these people narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, right? And they like to control you like that. So that's why I say now that the core foundation out of life with anything starts with your confidence, because with your confidence you can go very far in places. You can go really far. You can go far in your career. When you're confident, love, relationships, when you're confident in yourself, you know exactly pretty much who you are, right? And okay, I shouldn't say exactly because there's always going to be times where we are we question ourselves too, okay? So that's a part of growth. That's a part of growing, but the just of being able to understand yourself on a level to where nobody else can control you like that, where nobody else can demean you like that, and get you thinking in a way that's just not right and not healthy for you, right? So being able to understand that and differentiate that is amazing. You can go real far with that. So let's see what else we got here. I'll take a look at a couple others. So, older or younger than your actual age, what do people guess? I've actually been getting younger. Not so much younger. I've been getting mid-20s. I'm more I'm 28 right now. I've been getting more like 24. I think the youngest I got was 22. That was the youngest I got. So, I'm really happy about that. Okay, so barbecue or kebab? Barbecue maybe. I don't know. Okay, so drama going on lately? Not lately. This question was asked 2 months ago though, so God knows so much has gone on in my life. I can't even remember. I can't figure it out now. So, but as of currently, no. It's all Gucci around these parts, you know? So, what do you love about yourself? Right as we were talking about confidence. So, when you know yourself, you can find it a lot easier to answer these types of questions as well. If somebody were to ask, what do you love about yourself? What things about yourself do you like the most? It should not have to be difficult to answer versus notice how when people ask, well, what do you dislike about yourself? Notice how easy it can be sometimes to answer. At least from what I've noticed when people ask these kinds of things, and something that I've personally dealt with in the past, once again. So, what do I love about myself? I love how, remember when I said the difference between being understanding versus being a pushover? So I like to think of myself as an understanding individual. I used to be a lot more understanding to the point that, I would then separate it into calling myself being that pushover. But at this point, I would separate that once again and just call myself understanding, yes, but I am not going to let anyone push me around anymore. So that's a very, very big thing, especially for me, considering that all I've ever really been growing up is pushed around and picked on and targeted by bad people. And of course, that takes a toll on your mental health, your self esteem, and everything. And it did. And this is why I am recording now and talking about these things, because I do want to talk about it and I do want to share my experiences because I think I have a lot to share. So, and I think I have a lot of important things to talk about and a lot of things that I've learned. So I've overcome. You get the gist, right? So what do I love about myself? I'm understanding is one. I love my wisdom for two, right? As we're talking about it, I do love my intelligence. I do think I'm a very intelligent person. I do think I can conversate about a variety of things, mostly about, I incredibly love philosophies, theories. I love um the outer world experience topics, paranormal, just the odd type of topics to talk about. Um I would say odd. um Not so much. Yeah, just different. Just different things. I like to talk about different things. I like to go into depth about things. So that is very much my go-to about life. Talk about life. Talk about different countries and places and just everything. I want to learn about everything, and like I know I want to travel around, right? So I want to learn about different places and cultures and everything. I love all that stuff. I love learning in general, but again, mainly about life. Like I love learning about life. When it comes to stuff like algebra and mathematics, don't put me there. Don't put me. I'm not very smart when it comes to that. I might just say that much. What else do I love about myself? I do consider myself very versatile. Like, I can I love doing a variety of different things. I'm very resilient, so I have gotten over a lot of shit on my own and gotten myself out of it. Again, one of the major reasons why I am vlogging the way I am is because I want to share my experiences. So, okay, so that's the gist of that. Um, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's see. Let me just pick one more. Maybe let's just pick one more question. Um, okay. Would you feel okay giving your details to a new online friend? No. It takes time for me to open up. So I'm not going to give my personal life details away to somebody new I have just met online. I like to get to know the person. Not to mention, I just don't have the time nowadays anyway. So it's not that I don't have the time completely. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Just I have lesser time. So, I think it works overall because it takes time to get to know a person anyway. I was talking earlier. I'm not sure now. Did I talk about it here on this vlog or on my live stream? I think I was talking about it earlier. How fake people will put on a mask, and they'll put on a mask for quite some time sometimes. But you just have to know the telltale signs, and you have to just you have to know. You gotta know. Yeah, I was mentioning this a bit earlier. You gotta know the signs. You gotta know what to look for. You have to not be a pushover. Like if somebody, you find somebody is doing you wrong and you get that bad gut feeling, even though they're trying to manipulate you into thinking that it's not a problem, it's not an issue, that's not what they're doing, just go with your gut feeling. More than likely, you're gonna be right. More than likely. If your gut is telling you something is wrong, I think people need to learn to listen to that more often. For sure. For sure. The one time I decided to listen to my gut for once um, was with my recent, which was like 2 years ago now. And it was right. It was right. So, you never know. You never know. So, yeah, I am going to go now, though. It was very lovely chatting with you guys for the brief bit, and I hope everyone has a very wonderful day. Take care.